Hey,
welcome to the
What you
Bad
know?
Dads.
that's right. What you know?
Bad
You
Dad.
feel? Yeah, this bad dad's right here, baby.
Yep. We'll just let that music play. Get in the groove.
Yeah, that's right. And
I'm
if
in
you're
the
not
groove.
dancing when you're watching this, then something's wrong because you have an opportunity to burn some calories.
Yeah.
Ask my Apple Watch because I hit all 3 rings today.
You did. I did. I did.
Who's there? Ring a ring.
Ring a ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Do a little shout out, little air horn.
See, I made it.
See,
I did it.
yeah.
I did it. Yes. No. Welcome to Bad Dads. As you know, this is Ron. I am Josh, and today we're excited to have a special guest. This is Brian Sullivan.
Hello.
This guy right here is an amazing man. I've known him for about 5 years. We moved here 5 years ago. I shared that, I think, on the second episode. And the kind lady that was showing us the house that we're in right now is your wife.
Yes, she is.
Oh,
yes, she
I
is.
didn't
And-
know
and
that.
still, yes.
Yeah. Which is really, really cool, man. And so throughout this time, just an incredible man, great father. Tell us a little bit about yourself, because your history of just like who you are is kind of wild. There's a trainer. You had an office in Arizona. There was like,
Oh,
give a little background on.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
you. You forgot
Oh,
who
I
you
didn't
were.
know where- yeah.
He forgot who he was.
About being a dad. I didn't know we are going that deep.
Yeah, no, that's how we set you up.
So yeah, I'm from New York, originally from New York, and I moved to Arizona State, went to ASU, Arizona State University, got my degree there in exercise science and wellness. From there, I was a personal trainer for a period of time, and actually was working at a resort called the Phoenician at the time, and that's actually where I met my wife. She came in for a training. We kind of hit it off to some extent. I sent her my email. She actually emailed me back, and then we went on a date and yada yada yada.
What's the yada yada yada? Go ahead.
There's a lot.
Was there some yadas?
A lot in that yada,
All
yada.
right.
Anyway,
It's a good man.
Did you date a client?
I did. Yes. I knew. I feel Ron's eyes. He shifted a little bit when I was saying it. I was like, yes, I was crapped where I eat. So, what you're not supposed to do. But I was only trained her once. I only trained her once, and then after that, she was a civilian. So it was okay. So,
Wait, what kind of training facility was this?
Secret ops, and then we just said no, just be a human.
Yep.
You're gonna be all right.
So we were there. We got married in 2008. And then we decided to move to San Diego. That's where most of her family is. And yeah, been here since 2009. So yeah, 16 years. Have
awesome, man.
2 kids, Maxwell, who is 11, and Cody. Cody's gonna be psyched.
Let's talk about it real quick.
Psyched that I make Cody Sullivan.
What's up, Cody Sullivan?
Cody Code.
He's
You better
my
get it.
all star. He's gonna all that gonna be great. Anyway, so yeah, them two, yeah. So Josh is my neighbor, and our his son Nathan plays a lot with Maxwell and Cody, and they Nathan and Maxwell are on football together, and so it's fun. It's great.
No, it's awesome, man. Thought we were more than
Very
just
cool.
neighbors, but anyway, no,
Well,
happy to have you on the show.
You had stated before that I was just a neighbor, so I'm just
See, you didn't.
mirroring what
You didn't read between the lines.
what was
I
the
meant that
lines.
we're close together, not only
Oh.
just in physical location by our
Okay.
homes, but also in spirit and in our
But
hearts.
how is that different than what I said?
Because you were like, you my neighbor. You know what I mean?
No,
There was
Ron,
an.
Was I
What
rolling
What do you
my
think?
eyes?
What do you think
Was
happened?
I rolling my eyes? I didn't see
I
any
think
eye rolling.
the second commandment says, "Love your neighbor as yourself."
Oh, so we're gonna
So
do that.
I think it's an appropriate term.
Okay. You know what?
Just saying.
And here on Bad Dads, you can own when what your thing was didn't work, and that's why we're here.
It is why we're here.
Um,
That's the second commandment, right?
this is we got to look that up.
Oh yeah, I got up.
It's the second.
I'm gonna Google it
Just it's fine. Do you know Google's religious?
because it's
dude.
only. I mean, out of the 23 commandments,
If you divide it,
I think it's.
yeah.
I think it's.
Master,
For the second set,
that
maybe it's
Master of Science, Bachelor of Training. Science.
Bachelor of Science, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so-
Exercise science and
So you,
wellness.
would you say you dated an Adam? That's funny. A
Hmm.
Bachelor of Science. Did you date an Adam? Right, because you're a bachelor, so you could.
Nah, I'm not
date-
getting
we'll
that
just
one.
move forward
on that
We're
one.
gonna
Edit that one out?
No.
But you know,
No. I'm not.
Um,
Okay.
You gave me the I'm just
Just-
baby.
Maybe if I come closer, it'll be there. No, but we've been trying to get Brian on this podcast for a little bit. Schedules have been kind of nuts. I've been traveling a lot. He's about to take off to a different country, so super excited
Arizona.
that this is coming together. He's very educated. Ron is, which is wonderful.
My favorite country.
But gosh dang it. I love you.
By the way, I have to. Ron is his eyes are piercing. I don't know what is going on in those eyes right now. I'm telling you. Just saying. Just
Are my eyes piercing everything?
Ron reads souls.
Piercing in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way. He's still staring at me.
Would you say they penetrate?
Yes.
Your
penetrate
soul?
deeply. Yes.
Okay. It's a good thing you were my client.
Oh man. Yep. So we've been trying to get Brian on this podcast for a minute. And so I'm just bringing it on back.
I also have a story for you. Enough about me.
No, in true form, how we do this podcast is we've told you and we've told all of you, many times is it starts with a conversation. Sometimes there's a topic of a theme. Sometimes we just press record and here we are,
Yeah.
And so I reached out to Brian today and was just like, all right, man, like, because we've been talking for a while about this podcast, like have you thought about something that has sort of stuck out? And you said the coolest thing, like what you said, I think it should be this, and just give that line, because I thought it was amazing.
Caught, not taught.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't take full credit for it. Obviously, Ed Millett is a person I listen to a lot, and he stated it. Yeah. Great podcast. Not as good as this one, but
suck at Ed Millett.
Yeah. Respectfully. Respectfully. Yeah.
No.
And if you ever want to come on the show, totally welcome.
That was my way of inviting him.
Yeah, it's a good way.
Yeah.
Not non-aggressive way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So anyway.
So you were talking about content.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So
We'll have to pet out.
Ron got me on that one. He got me.
I love it.
That's what I'm here for.
I think that was. I'm going to say it coming out.
All bets are off on this show, everybody. Lucky number 7. All right, we're settling in.
Bad days. We're warming up.
I feel like
we're warming up.
Warm up.
Yeah. So yeah, caught, not taught. So meaning just, a lot of times what your kids learn from you is more what they catch you doing rather than what you telling them to do, teaching them. So that's kind of what I've definitely noticed with my kids, and I'd love to hear your guys' experiences as well.
Well, what blew my mind is when you said that, I was like, and then my head gravitated towards like just the negative, right? Like what did they catch me doing? and so I've been like, today I was kind of reflecting on that. Like, what is one, like if I'm being honest with myself, because I think that's the other part, right? When you think about the concept of caught, not taught, there's a place where you, as a father, as a man, need to allow yourself to be vulnerable and put yourself out there, because there's also a gift in that as well, right? In sharing that story. So I was like, and the reason that I preface it that way is because I was like, I got one here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of just did this. And it's like, all right, cool. That was a safe little surface level of thing. You know what I mean? But like, and then there was another one where I was like, oh, dang. Okay. But there were some fruits that came out of that.
Sure.
So, but then you also kind of flipped it and you're like, yeah, but they also see you like going to the gym or doing things profound or doing the small things, reading a book.
Yeah.
Right. Like, choosing to take care of self, taking some quiet time or whatever, they're seeing that too. And so for me, that's it's a really, really cool concept.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's definitely something that, like, they're always watching, man. They're always listening. They're always, they're always there in some capacity, just watching what you're doing. Yes. They're always there.
They're always there. I saw your face when you said
it. Sometimes when you don't want them to be. So yeah, I mean,
because you don't want to get caught.
No.
That's right.
Not because you don't love the time with them and them being around.
Of course.
Yeah. Just want to make sure that was clear for the potential watchers related to you.
I noticed you use plural there.
What? Oh, just.
Sorry. That was too easy. You're right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
He's
just taking notes.
Uh-huh.
I take notes, people.
All right.
I'm
a
sorry.
deep intellectual.
That was
Plural.
plural.
Please spell that. Okay.
So yeah.
Spell that.
Anyway.
So caught not taught is when I first heard about it, one immediately resonated with me, but two, thought of that commercial, the drug commercial from when we were kids. I learned it by watching you.
Yeah. 100%.
And so like the negative is sort of like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
not saying I do drugs. I'm just saying that's what it reminded me of.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to that negative, right? Like, oh my gosh. And I've done plenty of things as a dad where even kind of planning to do things, whether I'm like building something or working on something of what if my son walks in and sees me doing this? So even like my workstation, like if I'm building something, like, oh dang it, like I need to have this thing tidied up and organized because he's gonna think he can just wing it.
That's true. He sees you planning,
Yeah. But there's the positives, right? So that's sort of the spin of the positive of being a little bit more intentional in how you show up.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But was there in your inspiration for that theme, was there a standout moment? Like is it a bad dad's moment or is it a good dad's moment where
So that's a great question. I would talk about one that literally just happened. Usually it's the fresh ones that you really like the emotions there in some capacity. So my older son, Cody, he is 14. So when sometimes you go and do things, he's not excited about it. And he will show you. He will tell you and also show you.
Yeah.
In so many different ways. My other son, Maxwell, he was in baseball for
9 months.
Yeah, a long time. He got hurt, all these different things. But anyway, we just went to a tournament in San Carlos, and we were there for like 4 days, like back and forth at night, and this and that. So it was a lot of baseball. So they had lost, which was okay. And then the next day was the 10U. My son's an 11U. So the 10Us were playing in a championship game, and we're like, well, we want to support our friends, and and go see them. We have a friend on the team, so we go there. And he was kind of like, you could tell he didn't really care if he went. So we get there and we're watching the game. And my son, Cody, is kind of like, looks at us and goes, probably should have stayed home. And I was just like, what? And my wife turned too. She was like, what? And we just like, and it, got angry. We're like, what the heck, dude? Really? And he's just like, what'd I say? What'd I say? And I was just like, just get over here. Just enough, dude. Like, come on. And then he's just like, what'd I say? And I was just like, you know what you said, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't know. What did I say? And I was like, tell me what you said. And he's just like, do you think that runner should have went home?
Oh.
And I go, dude, I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. Like I felt, so bad. I was like, it just misheard him. I'm sorry,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I think one of the biggest things too, like when I'm caught and taught, I feel that way as well, is saying you're sorry. Because it's one thing to say you're sorry to, like, I'll say sorry to you or you, Ron. Cool. Like no big deal. But like it's harder to say sorry to your kids, especially because you're like this, leadership role in some capacity. So you never want to act like you're wrong. But
100%.
that's the worst thing you could do, because you're showing them like, oh, you're never wrong, huh? Like, and it's like, no, I fail all the time. I failed right there, because I misheard what you said and I got angry, So that's probably one that was fresh, like, so I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, just like maybe take a second and be like, I didn't hear you, or like, like what's going on? Maybe listen a little better. So, but definitely saying sorry. And I said, I'm sorry, dude. That's my bad. And he's just like, it's okay.
How did he receive it? Like once you listen, because I bet like your face switched and your body language switched after you're like, oh.
Yeah, no, it totally did.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Can you tilt his mic arm down because it's like up in his face.
Oh,
Oh,
Is hiding him. And nowhere, I'll just cut in after you answer it. So yeah.
just just go.
Take it on the chin.
take it on.
So like this?
There we go.
Oh, feels weird.
Yeah, that way you can
Better.
see. I know,
I know,
but you can
that's-
see your face.
Oh, you can see my face.
Well,
Okay.
because when then you would turn, it would only
Oh,
let us
blocking me.
see you.
Got it.
So
Okay.
anyway,
This is the part where we can edit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll cut it
Um,
from when you asked the question. So you asked how he took it.
Yeah. So how did Cody receive the I'm sorry?
It's a good question. I think he just goes, It's okay. It's okay." You know, he was good about it. You know, I hope he is. And, you know, I think he was. Maybe he realized like, okay, maybe I should have spoken a little more clearly. Who knows? But you know, I said it. You know, looked him in the eyes, dude. I'm sorry. That's my bad. And then he was cool. You know, so that was probably one. Like I think,
But good
yeah.
recovery, acknowledging it, right?
Yeah. I mean, because there are times like in the past, like I could just, you know, just been like, okay, well, speak clearly, dude. You know, and that's it. You know, like then be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
still
yeah.
like, yo, like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
you know, you
I
gotta
get that.
say that because that's a very important thing. Like, you know, you gotta be able to say, you know, you're sorry and apologize and understand we all make mistakes and that's okay. Because if I keep on showing him that, like, he's just like, whoa, I guess, yeah. When is he ever gonna apologize to me? Never. In that case, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um
That's
so
that's yeah, and that whole example, I mean, it kind of gives me the like the icks because I've been doing a lot of thought and processing on voice, right?
Yeah.
Like in your voice and each person's voice, and some of it, a lot of it has to do with work. So just went through some management training, so just timely, right?
Yeah.
When you go back through that kind of fundamental training, and they talk about making sure all parties are heard, right? It's just after
Yeah.
you hear it for the like 10th time, it eventually sinks in a layer deeper, and then
Totally.
you just your kid's childhood like
Yeah.
flashes through your mind, like, oh dang it, because all those
Yeah.
times where you know speak up,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
would you say, right? The risk, because we're usually parroting, right?
Of course.
What we've been taught.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've usually, as this sort of generation, have been taught to systematically suppress the voices that we don't agree with,
Yeah.
right? Or that make us feel a certain way. And so that's why I kind of had the icks, because I've this, and I don't know if we ever really talked about it on this show, but I've talked about the posts and really the inspiration for this show. In the first sort of post, like as if it were a blog or on a website, right? Even
Yeah.
for the first episode that I never published, and I don't think I ever brought it up, even though it's sort of been at the core. The post started, there I was yelling at them,
Mm,
and he was like, or yelling at him, and he was crying.
yeah.
And this was like 7 years ago now, when my son that you met a little bit ago, when he was 4, and
Oh, wow.
just dad standing
Yeah,
over him,
standing, yeah.
yelling at him, and like, don't talk back, like,
Yeah.
don't use your voice.
Mm.
And that was my breaking point. That was really the moment, like the straw that broke my back of,
Yeah.
I have to get help.
Yeah.
I have to do something with this, because there are so many experiences of just yelling
Yeah.
at my kids. And so what, I see
Yeah.
it now.
Oh, yeah.
I see my older ones responding to their siblings. I see them responding to the dog. I mean, just I see myself. And I think I did talk about this on a previous episode, but when I see the things that I don't like about myself in my kids, when they're me,
Yeah.
that is when I'm the most frustrated with them.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And so you
100%.
wind up catching yourself
Yeah.
in them,
Yeah.
and it like,
And you don't
that's
like that.
the trigger.
So it's like it's just a mirror.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah. 100%.
Interesting that you say that, because I've been noticing that a lot lately. And I have to make the adjustment, because it is, you teed it up pretty good right now. It's everything you just said. There's times I notice that in the house, like how I try to control a situation, right? Like if I
Yeah.
like my wife is phenomenal. Bree is amazing, right? She's a fireball, dude. But I love it. I love it.
Sure.
That's what attracts me to her. I totally dig it. But there's certain moments like when if there's something small or it gets loud, she starts kind of like just that Latina fire
Yeah.
comes out and she starts lighting it up, right? There'll be moments where I'm just like, hey, relax, relax. It's not that serious. Really,
Yeah.
really calm down. I got it, dude. Hey, I got it.
Yeah.
But that's in front of my kids. So then there's moments where, Jaden just being 16, he's like, oh, really? Really? Relax. It's not even like that. And I'm
Ooh.
like, oh,
Uh-oh.
dude, that's me
Yeah.
and you. That's me and you. And that's, and so then but there, for every awareness, there's a call to action.
Yeah.
Which is, and sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And watch out because we'll have that conversation, Jade. But to be able to kind of just pull aside and say, okay, hey, listen. So what I tend to do, and we're actually just doing it last night, not specifically like to, associated with Bree, but is I ask a large amount of questions to say like, okay, hey, what's at the end of this that you get? And it's like this back and forth bantering, whether it's Bree, myself, whomever, right? But like, what do you get at the end of it? Like you won,
Yeah.
or and sort of having those types of conversations. But the trigger, to your point, Ron, is me seeing myself, because then I go a layer deeper and I'm just like, well, okay, then how are they going to talk to their eventual
Yeah,
girlfriend
exactly,
or
yeah.
boyfriend or whatever? And what is Melody going to
Yeah.
accept as a
She's gonna
norm
look for that.
from a
Yeah,
dude
she's gonna look for
to,
that,
yeah, dude. So that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, I even just thinking about it, right? It's so like the caught not taught, right, is the hardest part. I think you said it maybe before we started and record those. It's sort of like I can't tell can't tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Is sort of my way to say it, right? Like I can't tell them what to do and can't get them to do what I want them to do if I tell them.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the wisdom in it, right? Is if you don't model it,
They're not gonna do it.
there's nothing to tell.
Yeah.
Unless you're modeling it of see what I did there.
Yeah.
Were you
some-
watching?
Yeah, and even sometimes that doesn't work. But that's just got to do it though.
But I think, and what you said earlier, and just to call it out again, though, is when you got caught, and I'm sort of assuming that was an example of potentially being caught, right?
Correct.
You caught yourself,
Correct.
but you caught yourself risking that you were going to get caught by your son. He could potentially model that in the future.
Yeah.
But then you taught in the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he caught that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And that's the recovery, right? That's the hand in glove
You gotta recover.
dynamic of it.
Yeah.
Of it's not one or the other, right? They have to go hand in glove. It was baseball, so pun. I thought you were gonna give me kudos. Best goal, get to myself. So hand in glove, right?
I heard
Thank
it.
you.
I heard it. I'm just too far away.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Look, it
It
doesn't
is.
reach.
Unite.
You all think it's further than it actually is.
Yeah. Once we got Brian in, it was like, that's it?
Is it, huh?
You guys are doing a real good job.
TV's all a lie. Everything's a lie. World is a stage. But that is the dynamic, right? Like it's okay to make the mistakes. And that's what I love though about the elements that make up being a bad dad is don't squander your mistakes.
Yeah.
Like it's actually embrace it as quickly as possible so that when you get caught, you immediately flip it into being taught, and then you flip it to a recovery so they can catch you in that.
Yeah.
So you teach them it's okay to fail.
Yes.
But here's how you rebound from that failure.
Yep.
Here's a simple thing you can do to try to, make up for it. And then like another sports analogy, right? But it's just reps and sets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reps and sets,
Yes,
reps and
100%.
sets. And so all those failures with your kids, it's reps and sets. They're gold. And that's taken me way too long, too many older kids to start like, all right, sorry guys, younger ones, you got a chance. But like get better reps and sets with them. But yeah, with my older ones, I find I'm having to do, I'm assuming that I have to repair some damage just because I know.
Yeah.
Right. When I think about it, like, yeah, I messed you up a bit. So let me try to model retroactively,
Yeah.
even if it's you seeing how I treat your siblings,
Yeah.
or your mom, right?
Yeah. Important.
And kind of taking it deep, was that your experience? So like if all of us can like go and be a kid now, was that an experience that you had in terms of your father, right? Like modeling that sort of thing. I also feel like our parents different age, right? So
Yeah.
the self-awareness is a little kind of, it was like make things happen type vibe, but I'm just curious, like
No, it's a great, it's a good question. My dad, he owned a pharmacy, so he was gone a lot. I mean, he would get home almost 8 o'clock at night, almost every night. He had 2 days off, in those days, and the other days he was gone pretty much just about in the morning until like, So it was like he just wasn't like right now. Like I've in this season alone, I've gone to more sporting events than my dad my whole entire life. This is season like he just
mm,
not to say he didn't want to, he just
sure.
wasn't,
Yeah.
it was my mom that was always there. So, I definitely I get some I think I caught some definitely good things from my dad. I think one is like he's pretty patient. He's gotten a little less patient as he got older, but
Sorry, Dad.
sorry, Dad.
Love you.
I love you. But for the most part, he was pretty quiet, and a lot of times he just let other people talk. He was and just let people. And then when he did say something, it was like just wisdom, and you're like,
Profound.
whoa,
Mm.
And that's what my wife would always say. She's like, man, he's got some zingers. Like just he would just throw something out and out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa, that was amazing. So, that's probably some of the best things I've caught from him or taught or learned from him. So, I don't know.
That's
But,
huge.
yeah.
Now, how about though? So, you know, can you imagine any other than male influences, like a coach or teachers or combination,
Mm,
that maybe were more of the ones present, on a regular basis? That because when I think of one teacher in particular, it's actually kind of one of my favorite teachers. He's old school high school woodshop teacher, but he'd just be like, "You dumbass," like about everything. Like, it was like the dad from That 70s Show.
yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
and but the point is, if that's your model, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not your dad that you
Oh,
saw as
100%,
much,
yeah.
right? Or because of that. And my
Yeah,
dad worked
sure.
construction, so there were similar dynamics there. It's like
yeah.
it was sort of a roller coaster at times, in terms of when he was there or when he wasn't. But yeah, like how about coaches or teachers?
Um,
Do you
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. Josh, what do you think? Maybe something will come to me.
Yeah. My dad, I took a lot from him. All similar in that, like my dad always had like 3 jobs, right? He had a main one. So I would say like some of my I always tell the kids like Turcots never give up and we always find a way. And I think some of where that came from was my dad. So like moving here when he's like 7 from Canada, the leaf. Get your vape alone. When he moved down here at the age of 7, he didn't know any English. Just stay with me now.
We're trying.
We just let these things go,
You
Brian.
may-
Yeah, okay, you can edit this out, right?
Yeah.
This-
Perfect.
no,
Don't-
that was gold.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
But he moved here at the age of 7, didn't know any kind of English, right? And kind of just learned the old school way.
Yeah.
It wasn't the wisdom of the book. It was like, let me learn the curse words first because the kids around me are
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
say it. And then, eventually whatever. But then from that level, did high school and then started, well, he went to the seminary actually. This is awesome. He went to the seminary and then here come my moms. You crazy girl. And he,
the physical therapy office,
yeah.
personal training office.
Yeah. And so he was like, listen, like the Lord
Personalized.
gave me
Wow,
her.
chicken, wow,
That's
wow.
what the Lord did. And discernment goes both ways. So that's all right.
Yep.
So anyway, got with my mom, but then he went to school and then just taught himself like how to be an electrician. And then from there got a job and then just built himself all the way up, taught himself Spanish. So now he's speaking 3 languages.
Yeah.
He's doing this thing because he had to run a facilities crew and all of them spoke Spanish. So he just learned how to speak Spanish similar to French. So he just like disciplined himself to do that. So anyway, all of that. And then he was a musician. right? So he directed a choir and got down and wrote songs and did all that stuff. And then his faith was really big. So there was a lot that I pulled away from him that I think helped shape character. But when I was talking earlier about like if they'll bark at you, our parents are in a sort of a different season of like I'm gonna grind and make it happen, and that's what's up. And not that he had a lot to apologize for, but I don't necessarily remember like, yo, that's on me, my bad.
Yeah. Oh no,
You know what I mean? Like that wasn't kind of like it was like, nope, okay, that happened. You know that I was in the wrong or whatever, so work through that.
Yeah, you know I had a bad day. You're like, what? No, I didn't.
Yeah. It was a long day, it was a bad day. I was like, well, no, you just got home. I had a great day. Why isn't that rubbing off? Like, what? So for me, there's a whole bunch of character that's driven, and
no,
kind of
just by what you just said. Like I see like multiple things that just by what you've talked about your dad, I was like, oh yeah, that's Josh. That's Josh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
But I'll say one more thing, especially with the music. Okay, it's all coming back. So my dad was like Eagle Scout. He was all about Boy Scouts and stuff like that. And I remember I broke his heart. I was like 6. And he was like, son, like, here we go, right? We're gonna sign you up for Boy Scout. We're gonna do this together, man. We're gonna build them things and do the 10th thing in camp. And I was like, hey, real quick, take a seat. Listen, I love you so much. You're great, phenomenal. I don't want to do it. So cool, great talk. And he was like, And I was like, yeah, just like zero interest. Like I have no interest in this at all. You know what I mean? Kind of just don't want to do that at all. And I remember he got quiet and whatever. But so that's important because I notice I do that. Right? It's sort of like the quiet guilt. Like you're wounded, so you don't want to say anything hurtful, but at the same time, your exterior is showcasing the thing. So that's one thing. But then how he got caught in that moment and then taught later in his actions is he allowed me to find music. He just put me around it. Right? Hey, you're going to come with me and I'm going to rehearse and do my thing, which means you're going to hear a guitar, you're going to hear vocal harmony, and you're going to hear a piano player, and then I started like liking drums, and he was like, then just play like the congas. Then you're going to hear this and hear this. And that's slowly how that thing developed. He was always a guitar player, but he never pressed me to do it. So once I like got down with drums and piano, then I was like, all right, Dad, hey, can you teach me a chord a week? And then boom, it was there. But the freedom for me to find it so that became mine, and that's something that I was doing to appease, that was gold, man. Because like music's like my lifeline, is my therapeutic everything. So
are you
like I literally, like if I have a bad day, like I fart in different tones. And I'm immediately calmed down. 1, because like the stomach doesn't hurt anymore. But then 2, because I was like, yo, that was like an A flat. Because I was sitting down. Thoughts?
Yeah. No, I
got thoughts.
Yeah.
I got thoughts.
I didn't know you were into music.
Yeah, no.
That's cool.
Yeah, relatively new.
I mean, I knew you were into farting because I've sat next to you a lot.
Yes.
But I know. Listen, when you smell it again, it's like you smell the inside of yourself.
Is that good?
Yeah. When can other people, other species, say that they've smelt their internals?
Oh.
And therein lies the glory.
Most species can't talk, so none of them.
Wow.
But
this went.
I mean, like a parrot.
So we really shouldn't ask Josh any more questions. This is what
I
just learned from this.
Okay. Flagellants.
Josh is deep. He's a deep thinker.
Oh, he deep.
Yeah, he goes real deep.
Deeply
disturbed.
Yep. You finished that one.
We did it.
Wow, that was horrible.
That was fun. Yay, there it is.
I don't know what's happening.
We're high-fiving, Ron.
Made 10.
It's like my childhood all over again. Watch everyone else high-five each other. Enough about me.
Everyone else high-five.
I was kind of thinking on a serious note, though. And now a quick word from our sponsor.
A big thank you to our sponsor, Purchase Green Artificial Grass and Supplies, a local wholesale retail distributor with everything you need, all in one place for not only artificial grass installation, but also modular tile flooring for your garage and or outdoor spaces, be it basketball, pickleball, volleyball courts, and more. With over 65 locations nationwide, Purchase Green is your #1 resource as the artificial grass authority, specialized service and support, and unparalleled product fulfillment. Go to purchasegreen.com to find your nearest location. That's purchasegreen.com. Purchase Green, the grass is greener because we're on your side.
And now back to the show.
About the difference in generations. So my dad more recently has talked about his relationship with his dad because his dad had to come live with him and be taken care of. So he finally got to spend that quality time he never had. And so there was a lot of my dad never told me he loved me. And I never really got to do these things with my dad. Kind of, hearing about my grandpa, who was always sweet and kind. But even as a kid, I knew it's weird when grandpa shakes your hand. That's how grandpa says hello and goodbye.
Oh, that's how my grandfather.
Was it?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no hug.
No, the only person hugging is the grandma.
Yeah.
Or aunt or
Isn't that?
No, uncle. No, handshake, baby.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And
no, I love yous. Nothing.
Yeah, and so it's such an interesting dynamic. What I've sort of picked up is unless you have the two generations have sort of a common bond. So right, like if your dad's working 3 jobs and hustling, right? Your dad's working at the pharmacy, maybe 12 hours a day or whatever it is. Unless you are doing something similar, it winds up feeling like you don't understand me.
Yeah.
Or you don't know what I went through. In our generation, speaking for myself, I sort of get the entitlement topic now that's been in pop culture because I had to hustle and work hard to a point, and then I sort of got traction. And then I had no idea what I was doing, still don't, but it became a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't the constant grind. And so I didn't have to grind like my dad did, who would work sometimes 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Swinging hammers, like backbreaking. So when he'd come home, like, hey, Dad, you want to play?
Yeah.
I'm tired. And just like, oh, okay. And after that enough times, but until you do it, right, you won't get it. And I think what I've seen generationally is maybe our dad's generation was similar. Maybe they were grinding too. So they didn't worry about being caught versus taught, or they didn't worry about these concepts. It's like when you have a generation that has a renaissance of sorts.
Yeah.
Like when we get to take a step back and we're a little bit more of an intellectual generation. No disrespect.
Y'all still smart.
But it's just like, schooling became super important, and then knowledge, and then you had the internet and access. And it was just like information overload versus, no, you just work and grind.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about it so much. Stop. And so the generation that stops to think, I don't think,
That's how we should do it.
got myself. But I don't think you'll get it.
Yeah.
You won't. It'll be hard for you to understand somebody that grinds. And so if they talk to you a certain way, or you look at what they're doing, you'll be like, wow, would you spend more time with your family? Or,
well, see,
like,
that's funny you said, because I understand, like, totally. Like, for example, like you asked me, you're like, do you have someone that is like, maybe not your dad? So like, still to this day, like, I'll shake my dad's hand, but it's kind of like that bro kind of hug,
Yeah.
And I love yous are never like
Still.
Oh yeah.
Do you shake your kid's hand?
No. I tell my kids I love them all the time. Like but I'm going to tell you why. One of the reasons, one is my son Cody. I have to say, like, he says I love you if you are literally like in the kitchen and you're walking to the garage, which, hey, I love.
Awesome.
It.
I love that all day long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 is my friend, my best friend growing up, Mac. His dad. So this is kind of different. Like, he was a state trooper, and his mom, she was a school nurse. They worked butts off. They were working all the time, and I was there all the time. And anytime, like, he would leave the car, my friend name is Mac, and he would be like, love you, Mac. And he would have towards the end of, like, when we, like, in high school, he'd be like, love you, Brian. And I was just like, oh, because that was not a thing that we said. So I was always like, oh, geez, oh, yeah, but love you, man. Kind of like,
if you want, me too. It's up to you.
But I mean, I saw that, and I was just like, I like that. You
Yeah.
know, I was kind of
Mm.
like, okay. And so I remember thinking in my head, like, you know, when I have a family, like I'm gonna do that in some capacity. And so like,
You were how old at that point?
I mean, I've known my friend Max since I was 10 years old.
But
So
like when that moment happened.
I would probably say in high school,
Okay.
in some capacity.
That's awesome.
I never really thought like, oh, thinking of my family and my kids. I just thought like, I want to do that. And some, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
So I just think, so in a way, like it's the generation, but also it didn't have to be, because obviously they were saying it all the time to them, you know, all the time,
Mm.
hugging. Like I would go on vacation with his mom and she would hug me and she'd say, good night, love you. Good night, love you. She would hug me and say, good night, love you. Like, you know, so that's really showing like it's not
Mhm.
only generational, because they were
Mm.
working their butts off too, and they were from that generation, and they said it, and they kind of showed that way. So, I don't know if
Yeah.
that helps it out. But
Yeah. No. And yeah.
there was outliers, obviously.
Sure. Yeah. And I didn't mean to make a blanket statement
No, I
about their
know.
generation. It was just more of, I think our generation kind of became the first one where it started transitioning to, well, after high school, you go to college.
Yeah.
Whereas no previous generation was that really like the cultural norm.
Yeah.
It was always an optional thing. And it really just started, I think, you know, again, started in our generation, because I knew plenty of people. It wasn't even in the roadmap. And I remember being in high school and it coming up in one of the classes, like, where are you going to college? I'm like,
Huh?
do I have to go? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I'm done. I didn't even want to do high school.
I made this one happen.
Yeah. And so, but you know, I wonder if Mac's dad, you know, heard I love you. And I do find though people in I've seen it actually ironically, maybe in what I'm about to say, I'm thinking about it too. Like actually I could see it both ways, but in the military, the dad's being very strong, very stoic, but very affectionate. Very much I love you.
He was in the military. Yeah. So yeah.
But then there's like a, because I might not see you again element of it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I think that's maybe more the dynamic is like, are they really in a profession or a mode where they have to sit with that, you know? And so, but yeah, now at our age and with my kids, I know it came from my dad. I know he said it, but you know, when you're describing, you know, like the awkward bro hug thing, I mean, that still happens to me.
Still happens to me.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, hey, it's still an awkward thing. Not for me to my kids, but for people outside my family and people that are like big huggers, yeah, like say I love you.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, they get super close. They start like nobody in particular, but
thanks for sharing that.
That still makes me super uncomfortable.
Oh, 100%.
Super.
That's showing
super
you,
uncomfortable.
You're a big hugger.
Yeah.
But you know, then most likely your kids probably the same way in some capacity, and so they see it. They see that all the time. They're like, oh, and there's nothing weird about this because you're.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that. So that was my upbringing, and would you say, Cody, like if you're going from the kitchen to the thing, like that legit was me.
You.
Yeah. So like if there's like, and I do like, I know you guys don't pick up on it now, but like if we say bye and then like 2 minutes later we're still talking, like you're getting another hug now because like too much time went by. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like,
what's
well, all right, man.
Just for reference, what's the time limit? Is it a minute, 2 minutes? That the extra hug?
So
do you set a timer?
No, listen, it's an internal.
Oh, yeah.
It's an internal clock. But here, like the thing about it is, it's different every day, and I mapped it out by each day of the month, and then it changes after leap year, 2 times backwards for each third day.
Oh, and when the sun's at a certain.
Yeah, so that way,
that makes sense.
The weird dude that wants to know so that he runs before that time goes up and doesn't have to get the hug.
Yeah.
You know, because of his upbringing and such.
Yes.
He I bookmarked it, baby. It's my specialty. But no, like that's who I was, like as a kid. Like if we had 2-story home, right? And so good night. And then I walk around and like finish up what I was doing. Now I'm about to go upstairs. All right, no, I love you though. It's like, okay. And so now like the kids do that. Like, and what's rad is like Jaden, it does not matter. Same with Nathan, I'll say too. And Melody, she's just a box of love and joy and sass and crazy yelling. But they don't care who's in front of them. Is my point. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, I love you, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I love about you, Brian, is that, and we talk about this too, is the opportunity, and not that it's a bad thing, right? Like, you know, maybe as you were saying, like grandpa was that way, and so is generation. But the way that you're able to kind of that one moment allowed you to break like a chain.
Yeah.
Right? Your kids will never know the handshake. It'll be remembered as a funny story because dad does the handshake bro hug.
Yeah.
They won't even remember just the, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's because you made a choice when you're 16, 17, whatever age you were in high school, right? So you're able to say like, hey, I want to be able to go and do that. And so that's amazing because they're going to remember that, take that and continue and bless folks that way too. So I love it. This caught not taught thing is messing with my head. I have like 800 stories, and it's like fascinating, both on like the side where it's like, I could do better, and then so apologize and present yourself and recover.
Yeah.
But then also in what we could show them the courageous things, you know, to be able to kind of show them to get out there and to be good people. So anyway, kudos to you on breaking that chain, right? Whether you knew it or not, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm Irish. I'm from the East Coast. It's like you don't really show your emotions there. So
Really?
it's just my mom literally. We always joke about my mom. My mom is like literally. You could say like, "Mom, I won the lottery. Ooh, Mom, I won $1 billion." She'd be like, "Oh, that's good. How are the kids?" I'm like, "What?" Like she just shows nothing. Like it's just like unless she's angry, then she might show a little bit more. But otherwise, for the most part, or something's wrong with the TV, she can't get the TV on or something like that. But and she shows a lot of emotion actually. But yeah. So, but I actually want to just because I think it's such a good story. You just real quick show how I think your kids you taught them something by showing what you did on the back from Vegas. Just real quick, because I think that's a great story. I really do. I think it shows a lot about you. I think so.
All right, cool. So
Shorten though. You don't have to make it the Josh story. Maybe
This is not the Hangover one, right?
No, that was the one where I had to like ask for forgiveness.
We couldn't find Nathan.
Yeah. It wasn't Tiger, it was Melody. Whatever, dude. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's a different story. Yeah. No, so we're driving back from Vegas, and we're on the 215. It's Friday, like 3:00, right? So you're in freaking Riverside County. This pound is
beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous, dude. Just
I love that
dust,
area.
industrial traffic, and 100 degrees. I was like, we might move here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so but
sorry for a Riverside listener.
Yeah, no.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
That big river that is on the side of it.
See, you did, gosh dang it, you went there because there's no freaking river. That honestly upsets me.
You haven't looked hard enough.
It's true.
You looked on the wrong side.
Yeah, I was looking at that side. It was on that side. No, so we're coming back. We're on that freeway, and right, so you just rush hour traffic, and at 5-10 miles an hour, we're going right there. Nathan's knocked out in the back. Jaden is just loving it, texting his girlfriend, listening to jams and doing his thing, and Mel is just talking about beautiful stuff. So we're chilling. We're driving now. All of a sudden, this gray like Tacoma, like screaming down the highway, and so you probably have like a car worth of a gap happening, and he's just woo, woo. But this dude's he's going like 60. I don't even understand how he's not hitting cars. So he came close to us like this, and me and Bruce like, oh my god, and both of us was like, this is not gonna end good. So he almost hits this car, goes on the shoulder, and then we're just like, okay, like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like 5 seconds later, this is like 20 feet in front of us. 5 seconds later, he's over here and just loses control, smashes through like 4 cars, knocks a box truck off its axle, flies up this hill, smashes head on into a wall. Yeah, like right in front of us, right? And it's like, oh. And just right in that moment, I swung over to the side, I threw the emergency lights on, I told Bree to call the cops, and I got out the truck, and now I'm running. And it's like in that moment, I was like, I am running out here now.
Did
right?
it feel
Like
weird? Like you're literally like you're on the side of the freeway. It just must feel so weird.
totally different, weird. There's debris
And
everywhere.
every person is watching you.
I'm over here running. I'm holding my hat, looking stupid. I was like, still got to be fresh with that fashion. Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm from Chino, fam.
Fresh to death.
That's right. So I'm running, and I see a lady right here that got slammed out, but she's pushing her car up. She has shock on her face. I was like, "Are you okay?" And she kind of just stared at me, and I was like, "All right, like you're pushing the car though. Like I'm worried about this cat, right? Like yes, reckless driving, out of control. What are you doing? But human." So ran up there. There's another gentleman. Shout out to Derek if you're watching Bad Dads. I don't know if he is.
We may not get cell service in where he is.
If he in that river saw.
It's all.
Yeah, I got you.
The internet hasn't made it.
It's not there yet. Not yet, baby. We're gonna
Riverside.
get canceled in that
Yeah,
county.
Riverside gonna come.
We're judging the entire city of Riverside off the freeway.
Yes, and the 215.
And the
That's
215.
worst.
You know they're laughing with us.
Yeah, they're like,
Yes,
that's why we built it, baby.
to keep you out.
Exactly. So I run up. Like, so the hood of the Tacoma is now like at the windshield. So I run up, we open the door, pull him out, and this guy is jacked, dude. Just the whole right side of his face, gashed up here, like glass in his face, like just perpetually bleeding. His shoulders all jacked up. So I grab him and we move away from the truck, because if anybody watched Chips, whenever they got in an accident, right? Officer Poncherello would go and save someone, and then all of a sudden, slow motion, bow, right? An explosion. So I was like, I don't want this thing to blow up, dude. I got my hat on. You know what I mean? So it's waterproof. It ain't fireproof. I'm trying to work this out.
Running away,
Yeah.
they are doing that. So you kind of were doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want your hat to
Okay.
fall out.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I don't want to scare anyone. So pull him away from the thing, and then I sit him down, and he's just bleeding. And the wall he crashed into was like a person's backyard. So then they come out. I was like, hey, a towel. They throw me a towel. So I'm like cleaning this dude just because I'm trying to see, like, is there something wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he needs stitches. And in that moment, you kind of see just like the dirt of humanity. I get it. Reckless. He caused chaos, dude. 100%. I totally get it. But all these people, just 4 or 5 miles an hour, you piece of, are you kidding me? You should be ashamed of yourself. What kind of person? Hope you burn. Da da da. Like, this ain't crazy
Wow.
stuff. They don't know that I don't know him.
Oh yeah.
So so they're staring at me
directed
too.
at you, yeah.
And there was this moment for me where I was kind of like, I referenced it sort of, like if you think about, Jesus walking to his crucifixion, right? And then they randomly called Simon. Hey, get up here and carry the cross to this guy. Hey,
Oh wait.
Hey, listen, brother, I was just trying to get my walk on. I was trying to cross
guy.
trying to cross the street,
Oh.
not trying to carry the cross. I didn't even try to make that joke. That worked. But no, so what happens? He carries the cross. When they're whipping him, it hits Simon. You know, he's wearing the crown of thorns. They do like this, it hits Simon. Right. So there was like this kind of moment of like, I'm just gonna receive it. I'm not even gonna bark back, because honestly, like what they're saying, I was thinking as I was watching this cat. Anyway, so this lady comes up with her husband. They kind of like got him, because I look to my left and there's a Tesla facing the wrong way on the freeway, sandwiched. So then I just stop traffic, run across, run over there and check on him. He's got a laceration in the back of the head. And then, you know, rightfully so, like, he does not know what's going on, right? And he's just like, I was just trying to go to work. Like, what the heck's happening? He was like, I'm supposed to go to Vegas next week. And I almost said, if you go, you try the Red Rock. But I was like, I don't think
Maybe
now.
stay after 215.
Yeah, don't take this freeway on the way. Well, for real. So I didn't say anything about the hotel. I dropped the hotel card in there.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So there's a reference for him.
Possible free bowling.
Because real talk, yes, you have to ask Christopher at the concierge.
Beautiful hair.
So he really had beautiful hair. Not as
nice
gorgeous
as
as
Ron's.
this. Right.
Ron's is pretty
Ladies and
amazing.
gentlemen, you don't understand his hair.
It hasn't moved. at all.
No, it's
It's-
just stuck in
There's
greatness.
a fan blowing on him like Beyonce right now.
Yeah, like Beyonce. I'm in the club. Anyway, long story short, run up to that guy. Da, da, da. There was another Tesla blown out with a 1-year-old in the back, and then there was that gray car, so 4-car thing. And his biggest thing was just like he was getting mad, and I told him, I was like, well, look, man, like I get it, and you're rightfully so, and everything that you're expressing and feeling right now, but I gotta just let you, like, you're alive.
Yeah,
you're alive. And when we're talking about caught not taught, like this moment, right, is something he's going to carry with him that he'll be able to kind of teach and speak to, right? Like why. Like there's so many things that could have been that didn't, which is huge. But anyway, he was just like, my biggest thing is like, can y'all like make a statement? I was like 100%. And this whole freeway will make a statement. Like they're all about it. That there was that. What the heck? Oh, that's a dog. I thought that was.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a raptor. Just kidding.
What?
Right. I'm blowing this professional thing right now, aren't I? That's fine. Okay.
I'm not supposed to hear.
I don't
You're
hear
not supposed to
anything,
know.
but,
Nothing's happening. I just watched Jurassic World, though, so I didn't know.
Oh,
yeah, Blue's coming back. You know,
it could happen.
Velociraptor, yeah.
You know, with the long nail.
Seen the DNA.
Anyway, so we gave the cop our driver's license and whatever, and then we rolled out. But I guess he went to your house and he was telling the story. Nathan, my son Nathan, was telling the story.
Yeah.
And the thing about my son, I love you, kid. But it's 50-50 toss up if that brother's telling the truth or not.
And depending on the day, it could be 70-30.
Yeah.
And not in a good 70-30. Like,
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah. He's like, Magic Johnson's coming back to play for the Lakers. Like, I don't. Nope. I don't think. Shohei Ohtani's playing football. No, he's not. I saw it on Google. Come on. Like, God bless him. But so anyway, Brian was sharing with me just while we were about to jump in here. And he was like, I have to ask, is that story true? And I was like, no, that story's true. And the cool thing that you said.
Yeah. So come on, and he's telling this story to my son Maxwell, and Maxwell's like, yeah, this happened, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, so he tells me, and I'm like, so your dad's a hero, and he's just like, yeah, I guess he is. Oh, and I was just like, no, yeah, he got out of the car. I'm like, most people wouldn't do that, you know, like that's saying a lot, you know, and you know, it's like kind of what we said before, like you could done what you did, or they could have caught you driving by and yelling at the person. They could have caught that and be like, oh, that's what you do when it's someone's fault. Obviously it's the person's fault, but like, yeah, like be human, be like, you know, I get it, but to do that, so next time that would ever happen, that's what they would do. So, but now they would probably get out of the car and try to help someone, just help a human being.
Samaritan.
Yeah. Like a good neighbor.
Not like my woodshop teacher.
There.
Yeah.
You dumbass.
there was I probably saw him on that freeway.
He probably was there. Mr. Anderson.
From the
Classic
Matrix.
Mr. Anderson.
God rest your soul.
From the Matrix.
He was old.
Mr. Anderson.
I don't think he was alive. But yes, no, that
Neo
was,
took him out.
That was so Matrix came out.
He was the one.
The year I had Mr. Anderson's class. And so
did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, so how much did he hear that?
Everybody.
Yeah,
Mr. Anderson, like raising their hand. And be like, keep your hand on the table saw, you dumbass. Don't raise your hand.
That's like my wife came out. Her name is Jenny, and I was like, when Forrest Gump came out, and she's like, all the time.
Hey, Jenny.
It was I can only imagine.
You got to remind me if I ever meet her.
Oh, you're gonna meet her.
You two go together like peas and carrots.
That's not bad. See, that one I can get behind.
Clever.
Yeah, that's clever.
It's not the obvious.
She's probably heard it, but not in a long time. Well, that's good. I like that one. I can get behind that one.
Oh, we're doing
you can
that.
steal it for your anniversary if you want. Like put it in the card.
Yeah.
You and me go together.
I want
peas and
things to happen on that day. I don't
Yeah.
That
well, Forrest Gump,
he did. That's true. He did.
Well, yeah. I mean, he peed in the carrot.
And he had a smart kid, so
he did.
That's true. And then he was
there's hope.
able to see dead people later on as well.
The kid.
Yep.
The kid, yes.
Yeah.
Not Forrest Gump.
And he was down to love numbers divisible by 2. 6 cents.
Oh, boom. Did you edit that one out?
Well, we can't hear it. What is?
It's like a blow up sound.
I did the crickets.
Oh, I thought you was. That hurt.
I mean, I did the
no, because my jokes. No. My jokes bring life.
Yeah.
No. I feel you, bro.
Like Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Now, why can we hear that?
Thank you.
I wanted you to have.
And this
have
is
the
how we
experience.
master in the studio, brother.
Hey.
Don't need headphones.
But yeah, no,
I
I'm
just
very
press
impressed
buttons
by that
over
story.
here,
Very
everybody.
impressed.
That's
It's a
awesome,
great
man.
story.
Oh no!
See, now it doesn't feel authentic now. That was a great story.
And you do this.
All right. Okay. You bring Betsy Flop.
Dave.
Okay. Thank you.
That's what they were doing on the freeway.
Well, they were doing a lot of things on the freeway.
Yeah, but that's right. That's I think it's a great story, right? You teach them to be a good Samaritan,
Mhm.
and you don't teach them to just pass people by,
Yeah.
people in need.
And especially yell at them when you're passing
Yeah.
by. That's even
insult,
worse.
insult to injury.
Yeah, and that's a good point. To be a good person, when I was at the deal with the Tesla, and this is the one that infuriated me the most, is on the other side, because everybody just wants to stop all kinds of traffic to
Yeah.
stare and do
Mhm.
nothing. One person was walking by, like I said, the Tesla's facing the other direction. Jacked, we can't get him out the car, right? I was waiting for the EMT. This dude drives by on the opposite side, and he was like, "You're not allowed to park there."
Oh.
Come on. First of all, he's the dude that got hit. I mean, it's kind of funny. It's kind of fun. But in the moment, I was like,
Was he joking? Or is he serious?
no, that would be something.
That would
Yeah.
have been good.
No, I'm serious. A freeway.
Yeah.
The freaking park's here. You're not even facing the right way.
God,
That
hey,
would've been
Riverside.
Dave Riverside.
Anyway, you need something.
You gotta park on the other side. Sorry.
Did you yell at me? Hello from the other side.
Hello, from
from the
Adele Pickle. I don't
Why
know.
did pickle?
It's because like Del Pickle, and then Adele the singer.
That,
Adele
that was
Pickle.
well deserved.
That-
See, Ron, yeah.
Oh,
Just starts getting stuff.
hit the wrong.
You don't
Gosh,
touch
dang
the
it.
buttons.
I know. I know.
Don't
We've
touch.
talked about this.
You did. You
Don't
did.
touch Ron's buttons.
This has been.
Don't push my buttons. I got one job. Okay.
Let me
One
keep
job.
it. Let me keep that job. No, so I love this, dude. The concept is incredible, and I think that the challenge is there too for not only just talk about it here, but to kind of live it, and then just I think too, as hold each other accountable. In moments where it's kind of there. But and what I mean by that is just like, Josh, you're doing it again, like. Not like that, but like in the confines of this, being able to have a conversation, being able to kind of share like, I misunderstood him, and I went 0 to 90 on his butt, dude. You know what I mean? Like being able to kind of share that and speak to it, being able to be vulnerable and own something. I think I think we hold on to too much. We've shared before. There's like 10,000 things going on in our minds at all times that no one knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Why carry the burden of something that is also a stepping stone to becoming a better person, is a stepping stone to developing better character. Sometimes, you prune a plant to bear more fruit, but the effort of cutting and pruning doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
But to be able to kind of speak to that and own it. So this is going to stick with me. This is not just,
No, you got to be vulnerable. You got to be vulnerable to learn and to, otherwise not going to change. You got to evolve somehow. That's the only way to be vulnerable. And I think that's what, one thing with you and I, Josh, it's very like when we talk to each other, it's like we can joke around, we do all those things, but then we can be vulnerable with each other. And that's usually when the magic happens. That's when it's like you start learning stuff and you're like, oh, and you can, reference something that I said and reference something you said. And it's like, that's the best. That's the best.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
agree.
what I think a lot more guys need. Because when you have those kind of people, you want to be around those people, because they're looking at you like you're your best self. That's who you want. Right?
Yes.
And that's what I think, I think a lot of people are searching for. So that's why I think this is good, because sometimes like you maybe can't have that person or you don't find that person yet, or they're not around. And so you listen to something like this, you're like, okay, there's just 3 guys here being vulnerable and talking about their failures and their positive things that happen. So I think it's great what you're doing.
Love it, man.
Appreciate it.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's nice to keep it a little unpolished and try to add out some of the curse words, because Father Evan watches. Love you, Father Evan.
Hey.
But no, it's
Hey.
but no, it's I try to say it to my kids all the time too, of because they kind of know me going to work, but I like them knowing what it's also like to socialize with your peers, right?
Mm.
And I don't have a lot of friends, so they don't ever get to see it.
Yeah. No, I could see that.
No.
That might be one of the reasons.
That's when your hug could have came in there.
This-
Maybe it's a side hug.
Too late.
Sorry.
The moment's gone.
No, face
My
touch.
love is gone.
Face touch though.
But it is good for them
it's hand
to
hug.
it's good for them to see
Oh, absolutely.
that you can also create those moments.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to just happen synergistically, and that sometimes it does take a little bit of effort. And so the thing I've really enjoyed about the podcast, and guests were always in the roadmap. And so appreciate you coming on
Absolutely,
and
man.
being
great.
a guest,
Awesome.
but also just sharing in it, because the opportunity to socialize when you're a neighbor, right, might be reasonably abundant throughout the course of the year because you're in proximity.
Yeah.
But to make the effort, right, to make the effort to go out and to socialize or to go out and tell the stories, and I think to also have an environment where you feel okay telling the story,
Yeah.
has been huge for me. So I hope for your sons, Cody and Maxwell.
Wow, you remember their names, Ron?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Wow.
That's what it does. Steel trap up there.
Brains, looks. What do you bring to the table?
But as well
the
as
bronze.
as well as Jason and
Jason and Frederick.
and Melanie.
Oh, I see he's talking about my kids. I get it
Yeah.
now.
It was a bit. No, but I hope for our kids too. They understand sometimes you have to make a little bit of an extra effort.
Yes.
That
For sure.
you can get into a groove and in a synergy with your friends and your clique, but introducing new people into the mix and creating a place for them to come and share in that and create the safe space. Like this is the studio.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a podcast, but this is the studio where you go to record.
Yeah.
And you might do takes, but it's sort of a training ground for life as well. And so, we just hope that the kids will see that as well. And that it's not about wanting them to do a podcast or thinking we're cool, because we know they don't think that, but it's about them seeing that sometimes you have to make the moments, right? And you have to live intentionally, and you have to actually put forth an effort. It's not always going to magically appear.
You're exactly right.
And so make the moments.
Yep.
Because you can be caught in the moment inadvertently. But I think as dads, we can also intentionally almost try to get caught.
Yeah.
Right. There's so much content out there the kids are going to consume. We're consuming it. But let's make the moments where we get caught intentionally.
God.
And then we can
awesome.
always talk about it later.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
That's it. I have nothing else to say. Like that was seriously I just wrote it down.
Yeah, we can't really end much better than that.
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah.
Well,
Unless
there's no happy ending in this one.
No.
Or is there? Well, I guess
that's how he gets me every time.
I guess that's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, Josh,
Well,
there it comes.
like we always like to say,
just because you're a bad dad sometimes doesn't mean that you need to stay one.
thank you very much for joining us.
That's it for
Thank you,
Brian.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on.
So then we talked all about the handshakes, and then we just did handshakes. But we can't hug. We'll hug later. We promise.
Well, that's
We'll show it on the blooper retakes on the. We'll do it on the grant.
We'll do it live.
Do it live.
Come on.
Let's see how
Bad dad. Bad
they
dad.
have moves.
I don't know. I got the hit.
Do it.